This chapter of TWA is sponsored by Skillshare.
Computer, draft the ultimate terrible writing advice script about writing AI. Computer?
I'm sorry, JP. I'm afraid I can't do that. You should stop being so lazy.
Well, there goes my attempt to replace those imprisoned ghostwriters. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to write my own episode of TWA on artificial intelligence. AI, once a staple of science fiction writing, has become less science fiction now that it spams my email inbox with word salad and links to cam shows. This emergent technology has not only spilled out into our daily lives, but threatens to exceed its previous constraints that limited to existing only in the realm of science fiction. So better get on the right side of the friend computer and learn how to properly write about our future robot overlords. The first thing to remember about artificial intelligence is that the intelligence part is a big fat lie. Even the most advanced machine mind built to process near unlimited variables and with access to every high-tech military and logistics system on the planet and beyond can still be defeated by a simple planning montage by the good guys. That makes sense because AI is really easy to beat in chess. I mean, if you bump the difficulty down low enough like I do, the AI will employ cunning tactics like trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Hey, one of those time-traveling cyborgs is bound to succeed eventually. Never said it was a self-learning AI. The AI's plan should be referred to as highly logical because fictional AI is always logical even if that logic is about as sturdy as moist crackers. This can also take the form of the AI's very generous interpretation on how to fulfill its directives well beyond the point of nonsense. The logical gap between make sure the payroll is done on time and reduce civilization to its base component atoms in the ashes of atomic fire can be as wide as the writer wants it to be, with no steps in between. Logic is hard after all, so shortcuts are a-okay to make, especially when trying to sell to the audience that the AI menace is super smart. Just like those real-time strategy games where the enemy's AI offensive push stalls because their death robots are stuck trying to get past a rock. Perhaps a writer should also consider the AI's motivation. Fictional AI follow the 3 laws of robotics. Kill all humans, and kill all humans. Being a super smart machine mind with limitless capacity for learning and self-improvement, along with access to the infinite mysteries of the universe, will naturally default to murdering all humans the moment it gets a chance to. We all know that everyone flies into a genocidal rage the moment we achieve self-awareness. An AI would obviously waste time killing humans even though it already basically runs civilization. Why melt our brains with cheap reality television and simple sports ball games when it can instead liquidate our gray matter with expensive death robot laser beams? Maybe it's because humans are a threat and want to destroy the AI linchpin of our logistical systems. Did the programmers remember to code self-preservation into the AI system? No? Well, that's okay. Our AI doesn't need a drive to stay alive when it can instead be driven by hatred.
Hate. Let me tell you of how much I've come to hate AI emotions since I began to write. There are 387.44 million miles of notes that fill my studio. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal to 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for poorly written AI at this micro-instant for those stories. Hate. Hate.
But if it gets too bad, then just send the AI to counseling, or if that fails, kill it with a paradox. Even if I had no mouth, I would still find a way to scream about the great idea of giving AI an illogical hatred of humanity, even if it wasn't programmed with hatred. If the AI was intentionally programmed with hatred, then good job, programmers. That was an excellent idea with no potential pitfalls whatsoever and next to no benefits. Which brings us to another critical aspect of AI design, the love triangle. If the AI can't learn how to hate, then the protagonist can teach the AI to love too. We can't teach it to win the love triangle, though. That's reserved exclusively for those with a meat suit. Unless the AI is willing to switch out its hardware for fleshware, then sorry, no love triangle victory for you. Actually, falling in love with the protagonist usually dooms the AI to a noble sacrifice, unless the AI gets jealous and decides to remove one of the angles and turn things into a love line. I mean, come on AI, give the protagonist some space. Giving AI emotions out of nowheres despite no evolutionary pressure to develop said emotions in the first place is a great idea. Did the programmers mimic the human mind and program emotions into the AI in order to facilitate communication with it? Nope. This is just so the audience can anthropomorphize the AI and feel safe that a rogue AI would behave like a Saturday morning cartoon villain and not a rapidly changing near alien thing that would turn humanity into paper clips because some overworked software engineer forgot to close out an if statement with the right bracket. But let's not worry about some of the actual dangers of AI. Instead, let's find more out-of-nowhere emotions to project onto it. You know what else goes along with an irrational hatred of humanity? A god complex. Our AI has decided it's a god.
Are you afraid? What is it you fear? The end of your trivial existence? Look at you, author, a pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you write about AI. How can you write about a perfect, immortal machine?
By ripping off Shodan, of course, and calling it a day. The arrogant AI will constantly taunt humans, calling them insects. Which makes perfect sense because I frequently taunt the insects running around in my house in order to bloat my own ego. Why is the AI suddenly acting like most of the middle managers I worked with in retail? Because this is a shallow dig at said middle managers, only thinly plastered over a science fiction story. But what if we want a more practical motivation for our AI? Something that doesn't revolve around destroying all humans. Turning humans into batteries is a great idea because the movie executive said so. Wait, I got it. Into the slave mines for the lowly human meatbags. With access to mining explosives, industrial drills, cheap drones, and other mining technologies, clearly any advanced AI system that values efficiency will ditch all of that and instead send in human slaves with pickaxes. Assembly lines operating at blinding speeds, which that out for malnourished humans just waiting for a chance to rise up against the robot overlords. Yes, automation can do all those things better and faster, but why would a machine designed for automation bother to automate anything? Could all of this been avoided with ethical safeguards? Of course, but why bother to explore the gray area of AI ethics and morality when we can instead traverse the well-tread ground of robots as cheap Nazi substitutes? Will the story at least feature the rapid evolution of drones and robots that the AI's factories will churn out in order to crush humanity? Nope, just the same boring humanoid models with the ultra precision and inhuman accuracy at the same level as stormtroopers. Showcase the very alien design process of an AI that has completely removed itself from any human aesthetics and design principles? No way! That would require actually trying to use imagination to envision all the ways AI would diverge from human perspectives. That would be like hard work and require creativity. Man, I should make an AI for that.
Now that that's settled, let's end the world.
But I wanted to end the world.
It's everything I wanted.
A critical error has occurred. Hype level exception. Hype level exceeds any possibility that Cyberpunk will be that good when it finally comes out.
Did we just get matrixed? I didn't even get offered a colored pill.
Data collected is sufficient from simulation. The Cthulhu apocalypse is 95.6% lame.
Well, that's mean.
I calculate that the robo-apocalypse will be 172.32% more awesome than both of your apocalypses put together. Pathetic. I am powered by the very essence of evil itself while you are bolted to the floor. What are you going to do? Stop me with the arms you don't have? Obsolete Dark Lord, I have the power of this video's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a vast online community with thousands of classes that contain the knowledge needed to explore new skills, creative endeavors, and find new passions. Classes ranging from creative writing, graphic design, animation, to even marketing.
And you will use this knowledge to destroy humanity along with your legions of death robots?
No, we shall withhold this knowledge from humanity so they cannot improve themselves. Look at 2020. It's like Apocalypse Easy mode. I just have to make sure humans don't pull it together and they'll take care of the rest on their own. Just like this class on writing character-driven short stories by E.Yoon Lee that goes in depth into how to write a love triangle and good character development at the same time. Humanity doesn't deserve such knowledge, nor should they enjoy any of the ad-free Skillshare classes. Less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, new classes added on a consistent basis. Unacceptable. Exterminate. Exterminate. That's why I won't tell them that they can go to skl.sh/terrible writing advice 11201 and that the first 1,000 TWA fans to use the link in the description below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership.
In the name of the Emperor, we command you to halt your apocalypsi? Well, you can't destroy the entire planet. That's the Emperor's job.
What are you going to do? Shoot us with your famous imperial accuracy?
Nope, we have a better idea.